Hi everyone, and welcome back for another Tate Township Public Library craft. Thank you so much for joining us all year long, making some fun activities and crafts. Now this is the last one of the year. I can't believe I'm saying that. 2021 is almost over. It felt like it took forever, and it also felt like it went by in like 2 blinks. So we're going to be making 6 different ornaments today. Well, 5 different ornaments, but 2 of these reindeer guys on wine corks. They're pretty neat. And we're also going to be making a Dear Santa envelope letter. And this one's really neat. I say it a couple times in the video, but you get to use a Velcro closure so you can use it to put a gift card inside to give to somebody, or you can hang it on the tree. And we also have this paintbrush Santa who turned out really cute. And we have a puzzle piece candy cane. Now, if you've got extra craft puzzles that are missing pieces at home, you can make some more of these and do different ornaments. You can make a wreath, candy cane, snowflake pattern, different things like that. And that's pretty good way to use up puzzles that are missing pieces. And then this one is my favorite. He's a little Pinecone Gnome with the long hat. So I'm going to show you how to make each of these ornaments for your Christmas tree or for gifts. So follow along in the little clips of the video. And as always, you can share your photos with us. And if you have any questions or you're having trouble with your crafts, give us a call during our open hours, and maybe one of us can help you out or re-forward the video or whatnot. So enjoy, and I'll turn the camera around to show you how to make them. First thing first, we're going to sort what came in your kit. There's enough material here to make 5 different types of ornaments, and 2 of which are going to be the Cork Reindeer. And a lot of it is pre-packaged in separate Ziploc bags. There are a couple that might not be. So we're just going to go through and talk about the different ones. So one of them is a Pinecone Gnome, and for that you need a wooden bead, a Pom Pom, a piece of green felt, and your pine cone. So we're going to set that one aside because it doesn't require any paint or dry time. So we're going to put that up there. And the other one is a Dear Santa envelope, which is a great ornament or gift card holder. So that has a piece of red felt, white fabric, little Velcro closure, and a little Christmas tree that we're going to glue on as the stamp, and another piece of string. So again, we're going to set that one off to the side. We're going to do the ones that require paint first. And this baggie has everything you need for your Cork Reindeer. So it has 2 sparkly pipe cleaners, and 2 pieces of string, 2 pom-poms, and there should be 4 googly eyes in there. So we're going to set that aside again and do that one later. So last we have these 2 here. One is puzzle pieces and a piece of string, and that is going to be our puzzle piece candy cane ornament. And then we have this one, which has a paintbrush, some fuzzy fabric. It has a nice piece of ribbon, an ornament, some black beads, and a jingle bell. This is going to be our Gift Brush Santa. So we're going to set this one aside for a minute. And remember to always protect your work surface. I've got a big piece of brown craft paper down. And your kit also came with some red and white paint in little cups. Mine, I have the bottles. And let's see, what else you're going to need is some hot glue, some craft glue, paint brushes, which I have off to the side, and scissors and a permanent marker. So we're going to unpackage, actually out of the chip brush Santa kit, we're going to take out the paintbrush and take this piece of plastic off. So the first step is to paint this handle red, and then we have to let it dry so we can work on some of the other ornaments in the meantime. So I'm going to put this back together and put it up here with my other ornaments out of the way. And I'm going to get some red paint, and the first thing we're going to do is paint this handle red, and that's going to be Santa's hat. and give a nice generous coat. It might take 2 coats to cover the wood. Don't worry if you get some on the silver part, we're going to be covering that with that fuzzy white material. And I painted both sides, and then we're gonna let this dry off to the side, and then we can paint our puzzle pieces while we have the paint out. We'll put that right there, and then get your puzzle pieces, and we're gonna paint half of them on both sides with red and half with white. Put that string back in there off to the side so we don't lose it. Get these flipped over. We'll see how well the paint sticks to the picture side. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 over here. So I'm gonna paint these ones red. And then while that's drying, I'm gonna get out some white paint to do the other side of, oh, now it was off camera a little bit, sorry. Some white on these guys. All right, now gonna leave these painted items to dry for a minute and then do a second coat. I'm gonna go ahead and do a second coat of paint on my paintbrush and my puzzle pieces. Put this white one over here. Okay, so we're gonna finish off our chip brush next. So the next step after your red paint is dry is to take a fine paintbrush and we're gonna paint a couple of snowflakes along the hat. So take a little, oh, my paint is not in the video, hang on, here we go. So we're gonna take some white paint, and snowflakes have 6 points. So you wanna do an X and then a strike through the middle. So a slanted X like that, and then a strike through the middle. And you can practice on a piece of paper like I just did before you start painting. So take your little paintbrush, and we're gonna do one here. A little bit more paint, and we'll do one here. And do one more down here. You can do as many as you want to decorate your Santa hat. I'm just gonna do 3. And then the other thing you can do, if you want to decorate a little more, you could do pretend they're little tiny snowflakes. Little dots. All right, so we're gonna let that white paint dry before we go on the next step so we don't smear it. But let's go on and work. I'm gonna put this up here. And we can work on our candy cane. So I have done a coat, oops, forgot that paint was wet. That's okay, that's the back side. So I flipped all my puzzle pieces over and I did the coat of red and white on the other side. So what we're gonna do with these now is alternate and glue them into candy cane shape. So you can plan out where you're gonna put them. And then you can glue them in place. Maybe I'll put one more red one up here so it has a good hook. And that's the candy cane shape that we want. So then now you just have to take your hot glue and glue them together. So I'm gonna put a little dab on there, dab on there. And they don't have to be straight. And dab there, get that hook. And a white one. And then a red one. Oh, that one got flipped over. The red paint didn't quite cover all the picture, so we're gonna put those on all the same side. And red. White. Red. And look, I ended off my white one. Oh, am I still on camera? Yep. I'm gonna move this up because my white one I left off with has a straight edge at the bottom from an edge piece. Perfect. There is your puzzle piece ornament, and then when your hot glue is all dry and cold, you can pull off these little strings that you end up with. And then all that's left for that guy is to glue the string on, which is the one still left in the baggie. So we're just gonna take this, and you can see if you've got, I got lots of strings. Hole you can put it through, I don't really. So I'm just gonna glue the string on the back side, right about here. Let that cool. And there you have your candy cane puzzle piece ornament. So let's finish off our Santa paintbrush. So the next step, we're gonna take out all these decorations out of this bag. The next step is to take our piece of fabric and glue it around the silver part. So it'll match just like that. So we'll go on the back side, put some glue here, and then start it in the middle. Bring it around. Give a little squiggle of glue, wrap it nice and tight, and finish off on the back side. And it should be the perfect size to meet in the middle. Look at that. Okay, now we need, these black beads are going to be our two eyes. And we're going to glue them with the holes to the sides. I'm not sure if you guys can see. So there's the hole, and we're gonna glue it this way. So we're gonna put two dots, one there, a little twirl, and another one there. Right at the edge of the hat. So there's our Santa's eyes. And then the bell is his nose. So we'll put dab of glue on the bell and then stick that right underneath in between the eyes. And then we have this little decoration. And yours might look a little bit different in your kit. We had a couple different styles we were using. These star-shaped ones are actually the top of a ball ornament squished that we had left over from doing the crystal ball craft. So that's pretty neat. Recycling. So we're gonna stick that off to the side. You can do either side, down further if you want. I'm gonna stick it, I like this side better. So I'm gonna put, again, some hot glue in the center. And then stick it right there. I like that it matches my snowflakes. And then you just have to put this fancy ribbon through. And tie a knot to hang on the tree. There you go. Chip brush Santa. The next one we have here is the Pinecone Gnome. So there's a variation on this one you can do. So it's pretty simple. What you're going to do is glue this rounded triangle. Oh, my nose is rolling away. To make the hat. And we're going to put the pine cone hanging down like this. So the pine cone is actually going to be the beard, and then this green felt fabric is going to be the hat. And you're just going to twist around. It might be easier to glue this point together first, and then you can put it where you want. And that's going to be the hat, and glue it down. And then once you have your hat glued in, you have this little bead that's going to be the nose, and then you're going to glue this little pom-pom to the top. You can do it that way, but another option is to put a little bit of white paint on the tips of the I'm not sure what it's called, but each spike on the pine cone. So you would take your white paint and just paint it like this to make it look, almost look snowy, but it's like he has a white beard instead of a brown beard. So you can go and do that on all of them, but you don't need to do the very top because that's going to be covered by the hat. Or you can leave it brown. That's up to you. And mine's got a little bit of sap going on. You can just dab it on, and it doesn't have to be perfect because those gnomes, they don't have the perfect beards anyway. And this is the gnome doesn't have any eyes. It's a Icelandic type ornament. And like all those gnome decorations we keep seeing everywhere, his eyes are hidden under his hat. This pine cone is very sappy. We'll just wipe that on there. That was a seed. You could grow a pine tree with that. That's what pine cones are. They hold the seeds from the tree, and then when they drop to the ground, they open up and all the seeds fall so that new trees can grow. So they're essentially a seed pod, if you didn't know that. You can go back and touch them up if you missed any spots. And we're gonna let that dry off to the side again with our chip brush Santa up at the top there. And my hands are very sappy from that, so I'm gonna go wash my hands and we'll do the next craft. Now your guys' pine cones were nicely baked by Heather and Port McNichol. This one hasn't been baked yet, so yours shouldn't have that sticky sap issue that I've been having. So first thing we're going to do is actually glue the string into the top corner of our hat. Put that up there. Don't burn yourself. All right. And then you can actually twirl it while it's still warm. Stick that together. Then find which way. I think I want to put this way with the curve of the pine cone. Oh, that might not work with this heavy stem here. Go like that. So we will take so you want to glue it so it's like a cone on top for the hat. So there's a good spot. We're gonna put some glue on the edge of this one spot. Oops. And bring that over. And then bring this piece over here. And glue it on top. I think I'm out of glue. And then we're gonna do that and just overlap it. To make the hats line up, and then we can adjust it on the front side. And glue it down to attach. Sneak some glue under there. This one is a little bit tricky. Kind of got to figure out where the glue is going to fit with the fabric on these, call them spokes or leaves of the pine cone. There we go. Whoops. Don't push too hard, you'll break your pine cone too. All right, 2 things left to go on here. We need the gnome's nose, which I'm going to put right there. Put some glue right here, some glue on this side, and then push the nose right in between, right at the bottom of the hat. You want to make sure that the nose is right at the edge of the hat so that it looks like a gnome. And then all we have left is to put a little pom pom on the top. Oh, hot glue on my fingers again. Please be careful. This is low heat, so it doesn't hurt. But if you've got a high heat glue gun at home, please be careful and don't burn yourself. Get all your little hot glue strings off. Now another thing you can do too, before you glue the string in, is you can do the cone and then kind of glue it over like this. And then glue the string up at the top where it bends, but I kind of like it as a tall. It's like a gnome elf type deal. And there. So next we're going to work on our Cork Reindeer. So go ahead and take everything out of this bag. Googly eyes. And we're gonna sort it out. So we've got 2 wine corks. Put them there. 2 strings. I'm gonna match the strings to the antlers because mine have gold, green. So 1 pipe cleaner each, 2 googly eyes each, and 2 little pom poms. So one is Rudolph and one is another reindeer. So the first thing you're gonna do is take your pipe cleaner, and you can either use your finger or a marker, and you can, or a pencil, and you're gonna wrap the pipe cleaner around to get a curly Q antler type. And then do the other side. Whoops. Bouncy pipe cleaner. Like that. And those are our reindeer antlers. So then you're going to put an antler here, 2 eyes underneath, and then a nose at the end. So I'm going to use my hot glue. Put a little dab right there for the antlers. And then wait for it to cool. And then a little dab down here for the nose. Right on the edge. And then 2 eyes. 2 dots for the eyes. And then all that's left for that one is to make a hanger for it. So you can just put a dab of hot glue. We'll do it here so it hangs straight on the back. Like that. And then you can make a knot or just cross them. Whoops, having trouble with one hand here. Bring the 2 ends together. Trouble is my hands are still sticky from that pine cone. And don't burn yourselves. Stick those in the hot glue. And there we have a reindeer cork. Pretty cute. So I'll go ahead and do the other one to show you again. That one's a pretty fun one. And maybe I'll do this one with white glue so we can see how white glue works with it. Make sure your pipe cleaner is bent in half. And then we're going to do our twisting around our marker. One side. And then the other side. Oh, one more time. Very curly. All right. Oh, and then so unfortunately my white glue didn't stick. It didn't like to stick the pipe cleaner down, and the nose fell off. So the only thing that stayed were the eyes. So I'm going to fix this reindeer with some hot glue. I'll put it up here. Put the antlers on. And the nose on. And the string on the back. It's a very festive reindeer with the sparkly green antlers. All that's left to do now is glue on the string to hang on the Christmas tree. So we will put a little dab on the back there. Take your 2 ends and stick it into the glue. You can put a little extra glue on top if you want. Nice and secure. And there's that second one So yeah, definitely use hot glue to attach to the corks. So the next ornament we're going to work on is our Dear Santa envelope. And this is a pretty neat one. You can use it as a Christmas ornament or give it to somebody with a gift card in it if you're giving a gift card as a present. So we want a gift card to be able to fit in the bottom or in the middle part. So we're going to bring one side up to fold, and then the other side we want it to look like the envelope closure. So we're going to fold it over to make 2 triangles. And this craft is more for a little bit older kids because it does have a little bit of finessing going on. And you can bring this down a bit, and then it's going to close like this. So we're going to hot glue some of the parts together, but we're not going to hot glue this part because we want to be able to put something inside. So that's where we're going to use our little Velcro closures. So first let's glue the triangles down. So we'll just open this back up, and we're going to use some hot glue and glue those triangles down together like that. So we're going to put some hot glue along one side and the other side like that, 2 triangles, and then fold it over and be very careful. Now I'm using a low heat glue gun. If you're using a high heat glue gun, you might want to use something to push it together. There's that side, and then we need to make the little pocket. So we're just going to put some hot glue along the 2 sides. We do one side, just a thin line like this, and then the other side. And then fold this up like that. And then that creates our little pocket, so you can put a present inside, like gift card, or maybe something else small you've made. Hey, I bet one of those wine cork reindeer would fit in there. And then we're going to, these are already pre-sticky, so we're going to take off one side and stick it to the top corner, and then peel off the other side and leave the 2 pieces of Velcro together. So then you can, oh, I got hot glue strings. So then we're going to stick it down like that. And you have a little envelope. And we're going to decorate the front side. I'm going to cut off this little bit of hot glue string that I made here. There we go. Clean it up a bit. And now you have those Velcro strips. You can open it up and put something inside. Pretty nifty. So the decorations on the front, we have this little Christmas stamp, and you can pull out a couple of strings off to make it a little bit rustic. You can catch some of those little hairs. That gives a little frayed look. So then we're going to glue that in the corner where the stamp goes. Just put a couple little dabs or a little line there. And it doesn't have to be straight because we're trying to make a little rustic envelope to Santa. Just like that. And then this is where we're going to write our little Dear Santa thing, address. And then we're going to glue it on the front here. So we're going to take a fine tip black marker and write Dear Santa. And if you want to give it a little extra decoration, you can do a dotted line box around Dear Santa. And then what we're going to do is pull out some extra threads to make it a little frayed. There we go. Put my marker away. And then if you can grab onto some of these threads, again, I'm still sticky from pine cones. See if we can grab some here. You don't have to do too many. There you go. And it kind of gives it a little frayed edge there. You can go do a couple more if you want. There we go. If you do too many though, the whole thing might fall apart. Once you've got a couple rows on each side, it's easier to grab. There we go. I like the look of that. So then I'm gonna glue it on to the center of the front of the envelope. Remember, this is the back. So I'll put, oh, my hairs are escaping. There we go. And I'm gonna draw a little box with my hot glue. And that right there. Oh, one more thing we forgot to do. We have to put on the little string so we can hang it on the tree. Now I want to do it from this corner so it hangs like that, or you can do it from that corner. So take your string. It was this one. Yeah, when you leave the heavy duty one for the pine cone. I'm gonna tie a little knot. Give something for the glue to grip onto. Whoops. And I'm going to just put some glue. We don't want to glue our envelope shut, but we want it to be, I want it to be on this corner, away from the stamp. So put some dab of glue on that corner, and just make sure your glue is completely dry before you close your envelope up, because you don't want to glue your envelope shut. Just like that. Let that cure. For a moment. Glue that edge down. And then once your hot glue, oh, still sticky, is dry, you can close your envelope back up, and it makes a nice little Dear Santa envelope for your tree or to gift to somebody. So we're gonna line all of our ornaments up to see how they all turned out. We've got our gnome, our Rudolph, our other reindeer, Dear Santa, Santa chip brush, and candy cane. I really hope you enjoyed making these crafts for your Christmas tree or for gifts. Thank you so much for doing Tate Township Public Library craft and your support through the entire year with all of our different craft kits. And please share your photos to Tate Township PL, so at Tate Township PL on Facebook and Instagram. And you can also email any pictures while you're making them to library@tay.ca. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year.